What's one of the things that right now, if you were put you in charge of a DSO and you're heading up HR, what's something that you would radically change and just do differently than everybody else?
I would probably give your frontline managers, your office managers, actual HR training, and let them know, all of these things that have to be followed. Because when you get into a DSO, you're going to be over 50 people most likely, right? And so FMLA is likely going to apply, for example. And I would provide that kind of training with them. I would provide actual leadership training for those frontline office managers, because they're the ones that are actually dealing with the non-exempt employees, with the people who are dealing with your patients. So while some DSOs may have an HR department that handles a lot of things, I would really push down that training, and make sure that everybody is really aware, and not just we give them a 2-hour webinar once a year kind of aware, like actually take them off site for a retreat and train them for a couple of days kind of training.
Not a training. A lot of the training is just so you're not liable, right? So it's just like, hey, we told you, so we're not, you can't sue us now, or someone
like
can sue us now. Trainings. But you're saying, exactly. Yeah. And so, hey, we did the training that you told us to do, so we're not liable anymore. You're not talking about that kind of training. You're talking about...
No, I'm talking about like actual, this is what ADA is. And I don't mean the American Dental Association. I mean the Americans with Disabilities Act. And these are some situations that employees may come to you, and you're going to need to, work with them on an accommodation. You do still need to loop in HR or legal or both, depending on the situation. However, I want you to be able to recognize when is the time to do that. I need you to recognize when somebody might be eligible for FMLA without having to go, dig it out of a file somewhere or think, oh yeah, I had some training about that 5 years ago. I think HR said that about that one time about that one person.
Yeah.
So those kinds of things, I would really push that kind of training toward the people who need it the most. The ones who have either been a clinical or a front desk person and got promoted to an office manager, who don't really have that formal training, is often the case anyway.
Yeah. And then do you
make sure that they have that understanding?
And do you do that kind of training? Is that something that you offer?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Cool. So will you walk me through that? So I have 50 locations. I have regional managers. I have office managers, and I know I need some support around HR. Walk me through how you would train my people and how that would look and feel.
We would likely set up a retreat or a couple of different meetings. It could be virtually or otherwise, where I would come in and I would do some presentations and some workshop style training with those team members, to where I'd give them, situational judgment questions and scenarios, and have them actually work through those types of things, and hopefully provide that hands-on education and make them feel not just aware of what's going on, but confident knowing that they can handle those situations.
Got it. So is that done in like a group setting? Is that, or is it?
Yeah, usually. A lot of people are very, very tired of virtual learning. They're tired of being told just to watch a bunch of videos. They check out at the end of watching a bunch of videos. And so while I have considered and have thought about, to the point where I have some of the material down and may end up launching a course on it anyway, I really feel like it's best whenever it's delivered in kind of a hands-on live environment. And it can still be done virtually, but it needs to be interactive, where they're actually, forced to pay attention and learn and engage, and I think the retention.
But again, the point is not just for to cover our rear end, so to speak, right? We want them to truly be engaged and to be actively wanting to learn. There's a much
greater impact whenever your managers know how to handle certain situations, and hopefully that has a wider spread impact of reducing turnover, for example, making it a place that people want to work.